Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Amanda Uys. I'm from Grootbrak in the Garden Route in South Africa, and this is our very first basics training call. We're going to see how we can make it as simple as possible, and I want to thank everybody that's here. And let's get everybody's input later on and see if we can just refine it to make it to be something that you guys really need, that I need. I learned a lot in the process, trying to keep it simple. So let me just share the screen and we'll get going. I'm really looking forward to this. Okay, say slideshow. And from the beginning. Just need to move some things around here. Okay, awesome. Let's start with the basics training. What is the steps to success? Basic steps. Click. See, there it goes. Okay, the format of this training, we're going to have a presentation of about 30 minutes. I think I haven't tried it, but we'll try. I'm going to ask during the presentation that you stay muted, but write down your questions. We need the questions afterwards. So write down the questions while I'm busy, and we'll have a Q&A session afterwards. So the focus of this training is going to be, we're going to focus on the next step only and how to get there. If there's 10 steps, there's no use in you asking me questions about the 10th step if you haven't mastered the first step. So we're going to stick step by step. Don't ask other questions. Stick with where you are at the moment and move on to the next step. We will strive to keep it simple and easy, because if it's simple and easy to do, many people can do it. And that's what we want to do to become successful. We want to duplicate our teams. We do not want to become experts, because then our teams will not grow. Because then people's going to think, I can't do what that one does. I don't know what that person knows, so I can't ever get involved. We want everybody to think it's so easy as patching yourself, and we'll get to how the thing goes, patching, pointing. But if it's simple and easy, anybody can do it. You must think for yourself, will a child of 15 years old be able to do this? If you're making it too difficult and they can't do it, this is not what we need to do. So that is what we're going to do, really keeping it simple and easy. Just need to move something around. Okay, so what is the purpose of this training call? Why are you here? We are here to grow our business or our team, to increase our income, to help more people. And we are going to get the knowledge to achieve the above. We are not here to become medical experts. We are here to grow our team, to increase our income, and to help more people. So here are some important questions for you. I want you to really think about this. What are your ultimate goals or your dreams? And remember, it cannot be money, because money is paper. What does that money represent? If you say, I want 50,000 Rand a month, what does that represent for you? Does it mean something I can send my kids to school, or I can buy whatever I need for my kids, or I can buy a house? Money doesn't drive people. Goals drives people. So I want to ask you, what will inspire you to get out of bed, even if it's a cold and rainy day? What will motivate you to keep going even after you heard 6 no's in a row, because you're going to get it? Are you going to give up, or are you going to think about that house that I really want? Are you going to think about that experience that you really want? And then will you talk to the number 7 person, even if 6 said no? That you have to sort out for yourself. What is your motivation? And I want to ask you, do you only have a plan A? Or do you have a plan B and C and D and E if this doesn't work? If I talk to 10 people and they say no, are you going to think, you know, maybe I should go into Bitcoin, or maybe I should look into Avon, or maybe I should go work for a boss, or whatever? How many plans do you have? Because if you have more than one plan to make this successful, you might as well now stop now already. You must decide for yourself, how many plans do you have? How serious are you about making a success about this? There's a saying that says, if your why is strong, the how becomes easier. Okay. For some reason, it doesn't want to move on. Okay, guys, this is the most important part of everything. This is all that I'm going to talk about. Everybody has to decide for themselves. This is what I'm going to talk about. This is what Stephen Gina Merritt talks about. They are the #1 distributors in the world. if this is what they do, this is what I'm going to do. They speak only X39. X39, do not confuse people with many other things. I speak about Aon and Icewave as well. But basically, X39 is the one. Don't even ask what should I patch people with when they've got this and this and this problem. The answer is X39. It's as easy as that. Can a 15-year-old child do that? Yes. They can say patch X39. The next one is patch. You have to patch yourself so that you can get a result. You can't be successful if you don't have a story and that you are patching. Even if your story is, I had bad detox and I don't have a big result yet, that's your story. But you cannot tell people to use these products if you aren't using it yourself. So patch yourself and patch others. You don't have to go out and patch everybody, but tell people about it. Not everybody can go out and patch everybody. It's just not possible, especially in the beginning, but you can tell people. So first X39, second one patch, third one point. Pointing to the thisisit.info.com website and pointing most importantly to the meetings, Zoom meetings or live meetings, and get them involved in a community. That's what keeps people together, what keeps people together. So I want to ask all of you, can you say X39, patch, and point? Can you remember 3 things? That's all you have to do. X39, patch, and point. If you want to do anything more than that, you're confusing the issue. You're not going to be successful. Let's see the next one. Okay. So afterwards, we're going to ask, we have a question and answer session, but I want to ask you to think about this. The question that you're going to ask, is this important? Important to know, not nice to know. Is it important to know? Will more knowledge about this question grow my business? I want to ask about Zoom calls. If you attend 10 Zoom calls a day without guests, will that grow your business? You need to have guests on Zoom calls. That's the purpose of the Zoom calls. It's a place, it's a tool for you to bring your guests so that you can grow your business. There's no value in attending 10 Zoom calls a day if you don't have guests on there. Will more and more training calls grow my business? If you go and look at all the training calls that's available, you can keep yourself busy for days. Will that grow your business? Ask yourself, the time that you are spending it on IPA? Thank you, Kim. Income producing activities. What I'm doing now, is that going to produce income for me? You have to really ask these difficult questions for yourself. Do you already know enough to patch and point and show others how to do that? With everything that you know now, I'm sure almost everybody can say X39, can patch and can point. So be honest with yourself and ask yourself, am I possibly trying to obtain more knowledge to keep me from having to speak to new people? Ask yourself. Okay, so we're going to start with the steps for success. There are only 4 steps. Step 1, stay active. Step 2, be binary compliant. Step 3, become a manager. Step 4, create managers. Only 4 steps. So let's start with step 1. Why my thingy key won't work? Okay, step 1 is staying active, right? So what do you need to be active? If you're a brand partner, you need 55 points, volume, PV. If you're a manager, you need 110 points, volume, PV, every 31 days. As easy as that. Guys, if you're not active, every single month, staying active, you can't move on to the next step. There's no use in adding new people, building a great, huge team, if you are not active. You've got to stay active. Now, what is points or volume or PV? It's your personal volume, and that is your own personal orders. It's the orders from your retail customers and the orders from preferred customers. That is what's keeping you active. So even if you are not ordering and you've got a retail customer or preferred customer, that will keep you active. Okay? So like the other day, somebody said she made a mistake. She ordered 2 months of products. She thought she's going to be active for 2 months. but she was only active for 1 month. But what do you do then to stay active? You find retail customers or preferred customers. So you stay active. Cannot move to step 2 if you don't stay active every single month. Okay, so what is staying active? What is 55 points, 110 points? Example, any secondary sleeve is 55 points. So Eon, Ice Waves, Silent Nights, 55 points. The primary sleeves are the X39, X49, the more expensive sleeves, they are 77 points. Okay. A lot of people don't know that if you order more secondary sleeves, it becomes cheaper. So one secondary sleeve will cost $69. 2 secondary sleeves will cost $59 each. 3 secondary sleeves will cost $49 each. So it becomes cheaper, but you also have less points. So if you want to be a manager, or if you're a manager, you want to stay active, you need 110 points. You're going to need 3 secondary sleeves to stay active. Okay, so let's see the next page. Right. How do I know that I'm active? You're going to go on your backoffice.lifewave.com. You're going to get a username and password. You're going to type that in and you're going to get this screen. I suppose all of you have seen this screen on your first page on the right-hand side. Most important thing you want to have a look at is this little tick, this green tick. Can you see it if I do this with my cursor? Do you see it on your screens? I move my cursor around. Okay. So this green tick is your most important thing. You have to stay active. Okay. What does it mean if you've got that green tick? Look at the bottom, it says active key. The green tick means you are active this period, you will be active next period. What is a period? A period is a week. It starts Monday morning up to Sunday evening, 2400 hours. That's a period. So this person is active this week, right? If it's a yellow triangle, they're active this week, but they must be ordered by the end of the next period. In other words, order by the end of next week to stay active. The third one, if you've got the red triangle, you must order by the end of this week. In other words, by Sunday evening, 12 o'clock, you have to order to remain active. And you never want to have that cross, the red cross, because then you're inactive. And then you would have lost all your points. So just let's go back to point 2. Why do I always want to stay active? First of all, you want results. Because why are you spending money on LifeWave? You want results, so that's why you want to stay active. We know you need at least 3 months, possibly, the chance good that you need at least a month for every decade of your life. But that's the first thing. You want to stay active to get results. The next one is because you need your points. You don't want to lose your points. Here you can see this person on the left left leg, it's got 50,000 points. On the right leg, 862 points. If you get that red cross, you lose every single point. You start that Monday on 0. Never ever want to go there. Okay. Question 3. Why is it important to keep my points if I don't plan to do the business or my downline? What can I say to them? Why do they want to stay active? Because they say, I don't want to do the business, so it's not important for me to stay active. First of all, results. Secondly, you never know how your life is going to change. So I'm just going to give you the example of Candace, who is today one of the SPDs. I think there's only 4 in South Africa, one of the highest ranks in the country or in LifeWave. But she never planned to do the business. Never, ever. So for a year, she stayed active because she wanted results. So she never lost her points. And after a year, when she looked at her points, she had literally millions of points. Millions of points after a year because she always stayed active. And then when she decided to do the business, she already had all these millions of points on the one leg, and she just basically had to build on the other leg. So guys, you never know what's going to happen in your life. You never know what's going to happen a year from now. The same with her downline. So that is why we encourage everybody to not lose their points, to always stay active. Really difficult to see what I'm doing here. Okay. So let's get back to what's the steps to success. Firstly, stay active. Next one, be binary compliant. Right. So how do you become binary compliant? Don't worry about the how and whatever. Just listen to what I'm saying. So first of all, you have to be active, 55 points or 110 points, but let's just stick to 55 points. You have to have somebody on your left leg that's active with 55 points, and somebody on your right leg that's active with 55 points. Now you are binary compliant, as easy as that. You only have two legs, left leg and a right leg. The easiest is just add them left, right, left, right, left, right. That is what you want to do. Now you are binary compliant. But why? Sorry, let's try and move this thing around a bit. Okay. Why is it important to be binary compliant? Because if you're active, you've got somebody on the left that's active, somebody on the right that's active, and you've got 330 downline volume points. I'll explain that now. On the one leg, doesn't matter which leg, and on the other leg, you've got 660 downline volume points. You're going to get a $50 cycle bonus every single time that you've got 330 and 660, you're going to get a cycle bonus. A cycle bonus of $50 is about 900 Rand. That's a very nice amount. Okay, so that's all you need. There's 5 things. You're active. You've got a downline on the left, downline on the right that's active, 330 points, 660 points. Then you've got a cycle bonus. Okay, so what is downline volume? That 330 and 660 points, it's made up from orders by your personal downline. So everybody that you brought into the business yourself, the people that they brought in their downlines, and then the people that your sponsor brought in. I wrote there one on your one leg, add it after you join. So just go back. Let's say you joined the company on the 1st of January. You added a new person on the 2nd of January. But up here is your upline, your sponsor. And on the 3rd of January, that sponsor adds a new person. But they also only have 2 legs. So they add that person under your first downline. Now suddenly you have another person in your downline. If that person orders, that helps you to build up to your 660 and 330 points. That is the wonder of this business. It's not only you building your business, it's other people your upline is building with you. You will build, let's just go back. You and your upline will build one leg, and on the other leg, you are going to build alone, you and your downlines. So you build the one leg with your upline, the other one you build on your own. So I've heard a lot of people say, yeah, my upline isn't doing anything. Guys, it's not your upline that changes your life. It's your downline. It's not what somebody else does that changes your life. It's what you do. It's how many people you are going to build in your team and how many people you're going to help to build their teams. Your upline doesn't determine your future.
I'm the only one who can't.
Can you guys hear?
Now we can.
Okay, where did you miss that?
Just half a minute ago.
Okay, so what I said there is, remember, your upline isn't the one that changes your life, it's your downline. Not what they are doing, what you are doing, how many people you are adding is going to determine how successful you're going to be. Okay, we'll get back to that after the questions and answers. Right, let's talk about your downline volume. I said there, what you track will grow. Guys, this is what you need to know. You need to know what your points are. This is the money in your pocket. 660 and 330 is the magic. You have to know where your points are. So look at this. Your total left volume, forget about everything else. Total left volume, total right volume. You need to know where you are, because look at this person, 50,000 left volume, 862 right. There's a lot of 660s in there. There's 2 330s in there, so that 2 times 330 is 660. So if this person gets a little bit more points, they'll be on 990. So if they're on 660, it means they've got 2 cycle bonuses. If they're on 990, they're going to have 3 cycle bonuses. So you need to know how many points you've got. If you see you need points there, you reach out to your people on your right leg and see who needs to order. See who is not active. See who needs to order so that these points go up, because if these points go up, you're going to get more cycle bonuses. Every single cycle bonus that you get is another $50. So you need to know what's going on in your business. Okay. So the next thing is not important, but everybody asks about it, is what is this period Period left volume, period right volume. It just means a period, remember, is the week. So how many points were added to your left volume, to your left leg this week, and how many points were added to your right leg this week? Is it important? No, it's not. You need to know this. This is what you need to know. So now I told you, forget about it. Don't worry about that. Okay. So next thing. When they are busy with system maintenance, who of you have had a heart attack seeing that your points are on 0? And you know you've got points. Okay, so all of us get it the first few times. If they are busy with system maintenance, don't stress. Suddenly you've got no money, suddenly you've got no points. Don't worry. They do it a few times, sometimes a few times a day that they're busy. That's why you need to know. If I had 50,000 points 10 o'clock this morning, should I stress if by 12 o'clock they're busy with system maintenance, I've got nothing? No, because you know what's going on in your business. You don't have to stress. Okay, so let's get on to the next page. Right, so now it's great. You're earning an income, you're active, you're binary compliant, you've got a $50 cycle bonus. But here's the problem. While you are a normal brand partner, you are only allowed to get 2 cycle bonuses a week. That's $100 a week. It's nice. So let's say it's 2,000 Rand a week. It's 8,000 Rand a month. It's great. But what if you've got enough points for 3 or 4 cycle bonuses, but you are only binary compliant? You obviously want more. So what do you have to do to get more than 2 cycle bonuses? Next step, become a manager. So before we get there, I just want to explain this. Remember, we spoke about your personal volume. That's your personal orders, orders from retail customers and orders from preferred customers. But what is your lifetime personal volume? It's your personal volume accumulated since you joined. Let's say you joined on core, that's 180 points. Every month, you order another 100 points. So you'll be on 280 points, 380 points. That is your lifetime volume that you accumulated. Next one, I'm going to tell you, and then you forget about it, please. It's your group volume. It's everybody, all the points that was accumulated for this 1 month that was accumulated because of you. If you weren't here, if you didn't join LifeWave, nothing would have happened. It's not the points that accumulated from your uplines. It's only since you started, the people you joined, the people that joined under them. Those that you are responsible for. Because of you, those points are there. But now I'm going to tell you, forget about what I told you here, because this only becomes important once you are a director, actually senior director. So don't worry about what it is. I'm not going to even tell you where to get it because it's not important now. Okay, so to become a manager, what do you need? You need lifetime PV. So for you to be active, you need 300 lifetime PV. So that could be when you started in advanced or it builds up to 300. And then you need 2 people on your left, 2 people on your right, and they need 180 lifetime PVs. Okay, that's all that you need to become a manager. You with 2 people on 180 on the left, 2 people on 180 on the right, and you with 300 PV. And then you're not restricted to only $200 a week. You then can get up to $1,500 per week in cycle bonuses. Okay. Let's see the next step. Another advantage of being manager. Now you start getting the matching cycle bonuses. Now I'm not going to go too deep into this, but when the moment that you become a manager and you do your 110 personal volume, you start getting 25% of everybody's cycle bonuses on your first line. So let's say I added Bonnie in my team, first line. I became a manager and Bonnie got 2 cycle bonuses. She's my first line. I did my 110 volume. Bonnie is going to get $100. I'm going to get 25% of that. So I'm going to get $25. The next step, don't worry if you're not there. Don't worry to try and understand it. But next step is if you're a manager and you get 6 cycles yourself, then you start opening up your second level. And then you get 20% of your second level. Third level, you've got to get 10 cycles. So don't worry about that. None of you are there yet, as far as I know. But that's first step. Become a manager. And then you want to help your downlines to start getting cycle bonuses, because then you are going to be rewarded for helping them being successful. Okay. Right. So how do you know how far are you are from manager? So you've all seen on your first screen, this one that says 87% or 94%, and maybe you've got no idea what that means. So forget about that part now. Once you click on that screen, you will get to the next part on the right-hand side. Look at this person. This person is 94% from being manager. So let's see. First of all, that part one, you must be a brand partner. So yes, tick, that person is a brand partner. Second thing, your account must be in good standing. So yes, tick, they are active. They need 300 lifetime PV. Yes, tick, they've got that. Next one, you need 110 orders for this week. Yes, got that. Next one, you need 2 personally sponsored active brand partners with at least 180 lifetime PV on your left leg. Yes, you've got it. But here's the problem. This person is only 94% because they need 2 on the right leg. Look there, only 1 of 2. That is how you know how far you are from being a manager. Okay. So you can always check that the same. You can check how far you're from director and everything, but let's stick with manager. Okay. Now, on this screen that's got your 87%, I just want to explain that there's something saying lifetime rank director. This person had already reached the director status. Forever, this person will be a director. That's their lifetime rank. But, okay, and they purchased the gold pack to start, but they are only paid as a manager, even though they're in name, they are director, but they're only paid as a manager because they lost some of their managers, something happened, maybe they didn't have their 110 points, but they are not a director, they're only being paid as a manager. Why is that important? It's important to make sure that your downlines stay active, because if my managers' downlines are not active, they lose their manager status. If my manager loses their manager status, I lose my director status. So what do we want to do? We want to make sure that everybody stays active. Okay. How do you stay active? You can set up the auto orders. Like if you're a brand partner with 2 sleeve subscription, that's a manager needs that. So it could be X39 and an Eon that will get you over 110 points. And your brand partners at least need 1 sleeve subscription so they can have their 54.5 points and stay active. Okay, so that's why we work deep to make sure if my manager isn't working, I want to work with that manager's people so that they stay active, so that I don't lose my paid rank. Right, so guys, now you know how to become a manager. Now you can become a manager making machine. All you have to do is that what you've learned now, go and teach that to the people in your team. We just want to make more and more managers, then you will be successful. Okay, so let's just recap. What's the steps to success? You're going to stay active, become binary compliant, become a manager, and create more managers. How are we going to do it? The way you eat an elephant, 1 bite at a time. Don't go to step 4 if you haven't mastered step 1. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And that is the end of the basics training. And now you can unmute yourself. I'm going to stop the sharing and you can shout and scream and ask. But remember that question. The question that I'm going to ask, is that going to grow my team? You don't need to know how stem cells work. You don't need to know if carnosine goes into your brain, right down to your heart, down to your toes, and what process happens. You don't need to know that. You need to know you need X39, patch, and point. So before you ask the question, think, is this important? Because I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to teach you. I almost said a really bad thing now. I want to teach you to look at the really important stuff. Don't focus on anything that's not important. Stay focused in growing my team. So let's see. Let's see who's going to be brave. Ask the first question.
I will. Amanda, I just want to say thank you so much. That training was absolutely outstanding.
you.
You would make a wonderful, wonderful teacher. So thank you. You've recorded that so we can keep it. Okay, the question I would like to ask is, I've made some mistakes. So I join people on core or advanced, but I overlooked telling them the importance of them staying active. So I learned that the other day. So that's good that I know that now. But let's say somebody's joined originally on core and they're running out of their product. What is the best option for them? What I think, and if you can please just answer that, is for them to go from core to advanced, because it seems to be considerably cheaper, because quite a few of my people joined on core, they paid about 6.5. And I think if they go from core to advanced, it's only about 5,000. So they'd save 1,000 there. But if they're joined on premium, what is the best suggestion? Because I have somebody in that situation now, and she's looking at the performance bundle, the X39 and the X49.
Let me quickly stop you there.
Okay.
It's always cheaper to upgrade, always. So there's no doubt about it, that's always cheaper. Then there's the performance bundles, which are great. There's the maintenance bundles, which are also great. So guys, I set up a little something for myself because I got completely confused with all the options. So I set up a little something. You can contact me privately and then just ask me. It's an Excel spreadsheet. You can print it out and you can compare the different options, because with the maintenance packs, the value of that is you will pay, maybe you'll buy 6 months of it, but it will keep you active for 6 months. So that's the value of the maintenance packs. Whereas if you buy let's say you upgrade to premium, you would buy a lot, but you will actually just stay active for 1 month. And I think premium you stay active for 3 months.
3 months, yeah.
So yeah, send me a private message and I will send you that Excel spreadsheet that I set up, and you can really sit and play around and see which are the best thing. And then I just want to say something. We always ask, what's the best for this? What's the best? Be careful. For myself, it's not what's the best for me. It's what's the best for my client or for my brand partner. Because if you choose to do the best thing for them, you will be blessed. If you give them advice which gives you the best value, you won't be blessed. So always look at what's the best for the other person, not for you.
Amanda, we totally have to put the other person before us.
Yes.
And do what benefits them. But just as a matter of interest, if they upgrade from core to advanced, we have a product introductory bonus of $40. When they do the maintenance, am I right in saying we don't make anything out of that other than the points, the volume?
Right. Because that's not an introductory, because then they're already part of the company. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Trish.
Please excuse me if this sounds so ignorant. I'm looking at my own back office now. And you talked about the 180 personal volume and then manager 300 personal volume. Okay. Is that where it reflects against rolling 31-day PV of 110 or above? Is that the figure?
No, no.
Where do I see that 300 or 180?
See what your next level is, your next ranking, the one that's got the big 94% or 84%.
Yeah. So my lifetime rank is manager, but I'm not getting paid as manager because I've got inactive brand partners.
But you would have already been over 300 because remember it builds up and it always stays there. It just becomes more and more and more. So it will show you've already got 300.
But where does it show that?
If you click on that, where it's got the big thing with the 94% or whatever, just under that blue line, if you click on that, it opens it up and they'll say you have qualified with 300 PV, lifetime PV. You see that?
It just says you've put, okay, it says manager, 94% complete. This paydays rank includes monthly subscription orders, blah, blah, blah. Then it just says there are 2 ways to qualify as a manager. You need at least 2, blah, blah, blah.
Let's say there's 300 points.
You need to, oh, so sorry, where it's got the tick, you need to have at least 300 out. Okay.
Yes.
So that's the only place you see it. It's not
Yes.
just on the right-hand side there.
No,
Okay.
no.
I am
So
with you.
asking about the rolling, it's not so important as well. But you need 110 points as a manager, right, per month. But now you order 150 points. So what happens with the other 40 points at the end of the month, they will take that 40 points and add it to your weakest leg. And you get that
Okay.
40 points extra. Don't focus on that. You focus on your downlines and getting them active and helping them getting results. Okay.
How do I see where they are that they don't have 180 PV?
You go to organization and enrollment. The enrollment, you say what? Enroller tree.
Personally enrolled team.
That's
that
right.
one.
No, in the bottom. Right in the bottom, you get.
Okay, sorry, yes.
And then you type in their name, you get their profile, and then you look at their next rank.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I've done that one
Anybody-
before, but I never look at the actual, their volume. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Any other question? If there's no questions, I did really great.
You did.
Amanda, can I ask for a private session with you?
Who's speaking? Margaret.
Margaret.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't see it coming up.
So
Yes,
you
of
can
course.
sit-
Yes, of
I
course. I'll
really-
write it down.
Yeah, I realized that, because I didn't know very much about the building of the team, I just focused on getting people in. So
Yes.
I got a lot of people in already, but my building structure needs to be better, so that I can achieve more points and whatever. So
Absolutely.
if you can just say, maybe sit down with me and see where I can improve on the building of the team.
Absolutely. So
Okay.
you can just send me a message, Margaret, and anybody that needs a one-to-one with me or with your sponsor, I'm sure your sponsor will also be available. So sure. Kirsten?
Okay, I want to find out from you. So same story as Margaret, tons of people enrolled in my first day of joining. 80% have had zero change. Unbelievable, but yes, we'll just
Zero
leave it at
change
that.
in using the products.
Yes, okay. So now we're working on it, but obviously they're not active. Does it affect my PV? Okay, now I've in the meantime enrolled others and I'm focusing on different areas because something that really harmed a lot, even though so the area that I was focusing on was a farming area, they are glued to RSG. It seriously didn't matter what I said to them. What RSG tells them is what happens. So anyway, working on that too. And so I want to find out. So now they're all not active. Did it or does it, because I've never looked at it, my total LV and left volume and right volume, did it ever affect it when, say they ordered for 6 months and they've seen no change, remember that part, and they decide to stop? Does it affect my left volume and right volume if theirs goes to naught? Because now they've built it up, it doesn't change anything from me. Mine is just for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it just keeps on building up. Like even if you're not, let's say you stay active, but you're not binary compliant. Okay. So say you've got 10 people in your team, you're the only one that's active, nobody else is active. And now a lot of people start going, ordering, but you're not really completely binary compliant. Let's say everybody just orders on the left side. Okay. So you're not binary compliant. The points, that's so fantastic. As long as you stay active, the points build up. So the fact that they went into active doesn't matter.
Okay.
Whenever
Now-
whoever orders builds up to your points.
My next thing, and it feels like I've won the lotto because I've been trying to do this for so long to everyone, and everyone doesn't want to do the monthly subscription, except someone that joined 8 months ago has had some mess ups with their orders, like they received the wrong patches, they told them they delivered, but they never arrived, whatever. They contacted me today to say, can we please just do this a monthly thing? And I'm like, yes, exactly what I've
Yes.
wanted to do them forever. Now, is it normal? Do most of you have monthly subscription orders for your people, or is everyone cautious?
I don't even have it for myself, Kirsten, because I try something else every month, and
Yeah.
I hate, this is me. I know the right answer is get them on an auto order. For me, I don't like being pushed and forced to do anything. I want to order for myself what I want to, when I want to, and maybe I'm just not technically skilled enough to understand how to change it. So maybe anybody else that's been doing it maybe can answer on that. But yeah, I just want to quickly give a little bit of perspective, and everybody else can answer now. Guys, this is a numbers game. There's a rule, the Pareto principle. 2 out of 10 will probably listen to you if you talk to 10 people. If 10 people join, they will probably 2 of them will continue. Apparently, Mo feels it's a higher percentage in this, but don't get despondent. Accept it. That's what it is. Move on, get more people. That's just how it is. Don't go and look at why it happened or whatever. Help them to the best of your ability. Help them to drink water, to get electrolytes. Search for help to get them successful, to get results. But expect a lot of people not to be active, and add more people. Help more people. Okay.
So thank you.
Alex?
That was wonderful.
Alex? I think that's the next one.
I don't know whether what has worked for me, and I don't know if this is accurate. So if there's a fault in the system or a fault in my thinking, then somebody needs to tell me that. So if you sign somebody up on core and then move them to advanced, that's the best passage, in my opinion, for introducing somebody. They're brand partners, they benefit from bulk discounts. There's a whole lot of reasons to be a brand partner and not a preferred customer, in my opinion, financial reasons. Then once you when I upgrade them to advanced, I then institute an auto ship to start 2 months later, because it doesn't have to start the next month. You can change the date. So for lots of people, the jump from advanced to premium is too big, and they don't want to commit that kind of money. It's like $1,000. Okay, so for lots of people, that's unaccessible and untenable. So then you can move them to an auto ship at the same time, because it's part of the same conversation. And then once you've done that, then after that, you can educate them in terms of maintenance packs. Is just because once they're on an auto ship, then they can change their auto ship to come every 3 months with their maintenance pack if that's what they choose to do. So just a process of not drowning people in too much like admin stuff. You know the admin because it's what you do every single day. So that's how I've tried to do it. Doesn't always work, but that is how I've tried to do it. I don't know if that's flawed thinking or if that
I think
is
it's
a plan.
great. It's perfect. Thank you so much. I'm learning a lot. Thanks, Alex. Kim, were you the other one that had your hand up? So you're muted?
Sorry. I never really, also on this topic, I never really pushed at all for in fact, I advised against the auto ship. I don't know where I learned that or whatever, because you don't know what they need the next month, you know, and myself as well. I like what Alex is saying is, but, you know, once they're in the system a while, then you can suggest it. I know Michael, remember, Michael, you just found it easier, and Michael decided for himself to go on auto ship, which is fantastic because you don't have to worry about staying active. My quick question is, so let's say now I start promoting that or get people on auto ship. So the auto ship, let's say it's X39, but But now next month I decide, oh, I want to try Aeon or something. How easy is it to change that ordership if it's set on X39?
Very.
Is it?
You simply go in and edit it. So you
Before,
can
of
change it
course, before the order. Yeah.
before the ordership comes off. Okay, so
Okay.
like now in December, I had a whole lot of people that were gonna, because of the timing and orders and people going on holiday, I had a whole lot of people who needed more patches before they left so that they wouldn't. So I played around a bit with numbers so that people's orders came early in December, and I will now move them back. Okay, so it is admin for me, but I just put it in my diary. And then there's a thing for me that says these people are on autoship, and I don't have to worry about that. And by the way, a lot of them are not my direct people. That a lot of that is me maintaining stuff underneath me.
Thanks, Alex. Yeah, just
And
so
the
that I know it's
dates?
easy to swap. Yeah.
Can you change the date easily as well, Alex?
Very,
Okay.
very.
Fantastic.
You just go into whatever that's called, subscription or whatever it's called on that line, I can't remember. And it comes up and it's got 2 edit buttons. And you can change whatever you like to whenever you like.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. Okay. Thank you,
Thanks.
everybody. Any other questions, comments? Trish?
Once
Somebody-
again, this is a really stupid question.
No,
And
no
I'm
question is stupid.
almost embarrassed to ask it. Okay, so we need 330 and 660 always, okay, to qualify for SAFA bonus. When I look at my left volume and my right volume, which one, how do I know which one is 330 and which one is 660?
The one that's the most is obviously the 660.
Do you think,
So if
is
you've
that,
got-
is that automatic? Because I'm just trying to think, how do I work out how many 660s I've got if I don't know if I must go left volume or right volume?
Look, like with me, I've got 50,000 on the one leg. So obviously there are many 660s on there, in there. So I actually just look at the 330s.
So you think the higher one is the 660 would
Definitely.
be
Yes, yes,
automatically?
yes. But it could
Okay.
change. It like mills changed recently. The one leg became stronger than the other leg. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect anything. It's just you need for every 330 and every 660 you've got, you're going to get $50.
Yeah, yeah.
That's as easy as that. Some people
And the
don't have a strong
system-
upline. And then, you know, you always have to make sure that you've got a 660 and a 330. So maybe you have 440s. Then you have to make sure this one becomes a 660, even though this one is 440, because if you don't have a 660 at this time,
60,
this
yeah.
side doesn't help. Yeah.
And just
Okay.
the system changes the legs. Okay, you don't have to worry about that at all. When it
Yeah,
starts
I
to
know.
get to
I'm
where your
just-
legs are very even,
Yeah, I'm
then
just
it's a problem.
looking at how do I work out, oh, how many cycles have I got in my left volume? It's got 1310. My right volume's got 1654. So how do I know which one to divide by 330 and which one to divide by 660? That's what I was trying to establish.
I think the lowest one divide by 330 because that
30.
is.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Bonnie?
Yeah, just talking about these, what are they called? When they're
Cycle
ongoing
bonus?
orders. No, the ongoing orders. Automatic orders. When it's 19 to $1 to the rand, if we order one X39 at a time, it'll cost about 2,350. But if we order it on the maintenance plan, maintenance 1, it works out to 6,038. So it would in fact cost nearly 1,000 rand more if they do the auto ship. So one X39 a month is about 2,300. But if you do the maintenance plan where you're getting 3, it'll cost about 6,000.
I think where the difference comes in is just with the shipping, because now you're going to pay only once for 3 months of supply. Whereas if you bought it every month, you're going to pay $150 or $7.50 for every time they send it to you. I think that's
Okay.
where
So I suppose that's an important thing to point out to people, that they will be saving actually a considerable amount of money.
and it's easy because it automatically keeps you active. Yeah.
No, sorry, I missed that now. So you're saying maintenance pack is actually more viable or better because you're guaranteed for 3 months. So say there's 2 people. So I was going to put them on subscription order for 2 X39s every month. So maintenance is better because it's
Kristen,
actually.
let me send you that thing that I worked
Okay.
out.
Thank
But
you.
yes, I think you will be saving on, that's
Yes.
actually the biggest saving is on your delivery. Yeah.
Thank you.
So for 3 X39s, you're paying $269. And if you bought 3 X39s on an auto ship, you'd be paying $100. I mean, you'd be paying $300.
300, yeah.
So there's a,
There's definitely a
and also, you know,
saving.
if you order this month at 19 rand and 11 cents, and then next month it's 17 rand 50, well, that's just your hard lines.
But
So
it's
go-
also your really good luck if they pay you out at the end of the
Yeah,
month,
exactly.
the rand dollar. Because this happened to me this month. I was like blown away. I was so grateful. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Gordon, did you learn something? You're brand new, almost brand new.
Amanda, yeah, thank you. I learned a lot. This was really very good. And one thing I learned from you is keep it simple. Not everyone is doctors out there, so don't go into detail. And for me personally, if things is an issue or difficult, or if you don't catch me in the first sentence, you lost me already. So that's what I take away from this. So you keep it simple. And that's what I appreciate from you. And you're always so helpful. Thank you so much for that. I learned a lot today. Some doesn't still make sense, but it's just repeat. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
A big pleasure. Big pleasure. I'm so grateful for everybody that was here.
I just
Okay.
want to ask about the total LV and the total RV. Is that the money that will pay out to you, or how do you know what's coming to you? Or
No, that's your points. So for every 330 points and 660 points, you're going to get a cycle bonus of $50.
okay, you explained that, yeah.
Okay, yeah. If you open up your back office on the left-hand side, you will see, I think it says commissions, and there it will show you every week
Okay.
the money that you've earned, because it's not only the cycle bonuses, it's also your product introduction bonus.
Yeah.
It's also there, and also the people in your downlines. Once you get to become a manager with people under you, and you get matching cycle bonuses, all that money together will be added on your left, on the left page of your back office, on the first page on the left hand side. We'll see that. You can actually, when you see it there and you click on it, it says, I think, view commissions, like a blue line. If you click on that, it will show you how your commission was made up from matching from cycle bonuses, from product introduction bonus, and matching cycle bonus. You can see more detail there.
So if I'm just gonna enroll people and make sure they're active.
Yes, perfect.
Okay.
Keep it simple, perfect. And make sure they get
Thank
results.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks.
Okay. Okay, guys, any more questions? Almost on an hour, so we'll be almost finished. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to stop the recording, and thank you very much to everybody that was here. I'd love to get your feedback. If you don't have my number, I don't know, ask somebody, or look on the abundance group or somewhere, you'll see my number. And you feel free to send me a message or comments. I'd love to know how we can make it better. And thank you for being here. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks,
Thanks so
Amanda.
much, Amanda.